ladies, that's not a lion, that's a liability. I find myself so deeply disgusted with men like this because this all comes down to their hideous entitlement. So you rely on a woman to manage all the risk of having unprotected sex with you and hope that her birth control is good enough. And I bet you these are all the exact same men. I would actually bet anything. These are all the same men that have gotten baby trapped by a woman. Because you know who doesn't get baby trapped by women? Men who take responsibility for their own birth control. They don't just believe a woman when she says she's on the IUD. They don't just neglect all other conventional protection measures. They take responsibility. You're not a lion, you're a fucking shrimp. You can't even take responsibility for the little shrimp in your pants. You lay that burden on the shoulders of a woman. That's disgusting. I promise you, these are the first men to say that they were baby trapped when they end up baby trapping a woman. So please tell me you view this woman as just a whole, as just a vessel for your pleasure, just without using any of those words. Again, why is she the only one bearing the burden of your pleasure? That is such beta behavior. You should be afraid of men like this. These men are reckless. They don't even care about their own peen, and they clearly don't care about putting you at risk from whatever kind of diseases their peen might be carrying, from whatever kind of a risk their peen could put you at, like pregnancy, which is a life-threatening condition. This is not a man who mutually cares about you. This is not a man who mutually had that discussion with you and went out of his way to make sure that he's doing everything he can so that you feel safe too. He knows it's risky. And even the caption says, oh, it's been all good so far. Whom has it been good so far for? Because he's not the one that has to worry about getting knocked up. He's not the one that has to worry about 10 months of pregnancy. He's not the one that has to worry about, getting an abortion or whatever. He doesn't care about you. It's not just that he doesn't care about himself. It's just that he's reckless with everything and everyone in his life. And you can count on that. That's the only thing you can count on. You cannot count on this man to be responsible, to take responsibility for his actions. That's just a loser with bad risk management. Like, he's using your IUD as a pass to be reckless. You can't depend on him. That is not a good man. That's not a good partner. He wouldn't even be a good roommate. You know what I mean? You should never be putting your own body at such risk from such an irresponsible, entitled, and reckless man. That is not it, ladies. I'm telling you. That is not a compliment. That is not a sign of his commitment or anything like that. That's just a sign that he's stupid and reckless. He takes absolutely no accountability for the things that happen in his life. He's happy to let other people carry the burden of responsibility because he doesn't want to cover up his pee-pee. He doesn't want to risk losing one iota of pleasure so that he can keep you safe from 10 months of torture, of a life-threatening condition that you're clearly not ready for if you have an IUD. He doesn't give a fuck that the IUD hurt to put in. He doesn't give a fuck that it's gonna hurt to take it out. He doesn't care. He doesn't care that your pleasure was in the negatives so that his pleasure can remain unaffected. That's disgusting. And I'm so sorry, but it's pick-me behavior to not be disgusted by this. It's pick-me behavior to see this as normal. This man is literally showing you that he is not to be trusted. He's showing you that he just wants the benefits of something without any of the responsibility, without any of the accountability. He wants all the benefits of sex and intimacy, but he doesn't want to do anything to contribute to that situation. He's also okay with ignoring your well-being for his convenience. Once again, a lot of men carry the HPV virus unknowingly, and you know what that results in for women? Pregnancy is not the only thing you have to be worried about. You should also be worried about cervical cancer because men can give that to you. Men can give you bacterial infections. Men can give you yeast infections. Men can throw off your pH balance. All of that is a great reason for you to be using double birth control. okay, as a woman. And a man who is like, no, I'm not doing all that, he doesn't care. He views women as holes for his pee-pee to feel good. That is not an emotionally mature or stable man. That is not a man that you should be worried about chasing and like worried about his pleasure. He should be worried about your safety, your well-being. And if you're not even worried about that, then of course you're gonna end up picking men like this, wanting to be picked by men like this. And I'm sorry, but it's not wise to be turned on by behavior like this. You should be disgusted by behavior like this because that person is not safe. That person is not safe for you emotionally, sexually, maybe even physically. They are not a safe person because they don't care about your safety. They think that you've got it handled and they think that you're the only one who should be responsible. Whole man disposal services, get them on the phone, please. Please stay safe out there, ladies. I love you so much. Godspeed.